You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up.
Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know? Pump it up. You got to
Pump it, pump it, pump it. Welcome once again to Decrypting Crypto, my Freethinking Rebels. Stefan Subero, your host today. And we are pumping it up. Bitcoin still holding $34,000. On our way to 40K, baby. On our way to that next 40K level. My friends, if you're tuning in for the first time, welcome to Breakout Solutions, Decrypting Crypto. Please use the link in the description and subscribe to the channel. Turn on the notification bell so you do not miss out on any future content. Now, we are here to empower you on your digital asset decisions. We want to help you achieve that financial freedom for yourself, your family, and your community so you can keep living the dreams that you want to have. Now, my friends, we have a lot to cover today. Breaking news, the crypto fund witnesses record weekly inflows. Weekly inflows in over a year. We're going to dive into that story and into much more. Now, remember that this video is brought to you by the Future of Money Masterclass. We're going to hear a little bit more about that a little bit later. Welcome again. Now, we are going to jump into our news highlights, kicking it off today. Let's see. Kicking it off today, we have crypto funds see largest weekly inflow in more than a year. Like we've been seeing this. The last week was just an insane week for crypto, all green. We had crypto gains of over 150%. It was just awesome. Bitcoin itself, I think, reached about 25 or 26% from the lowest point. It was just an amazing week for crypto. Now, let's take a deeper dive and see what would have caused this. Crypto exchange traded products was at 326 million in inflows during the week ending October 27, according to a report from the Coinshares. Crypto exchange traded ETP saw their largest weekly inflow in more than a year, according to an October 30th report from asset management platform Coinshares. Inflows were 326 million from the week ending October 27, dwarfing the 66 million recorded over the previous week. So we had, oh my God, $326 million enter into the market in 1 week. That's crazy when it comes to the crypto space and in such a short period of time. Now, let's scroll down a bit more and let's take a look at this graph right now. So this is the weekly crypto asset flow in US dollars, and it's showing last week's candle just dwarfing everything happening the weeks prior. Just an amazing sight to see. According to Coinshares, one possible explanation for sudden rise in inflows could be rising optimism from investors that the US SEC is poised to approve spot-based Bitcoin ETF in the US. Now, we've been following this for weeks now. We know that the spot ETFs are coming. When? Well, we'll see. We have some more news on that moving forward. Let's take a look. Next, we have the CME becomes second largest Bitcoin futures exchange as open interest surges. The surge in CME Bitcoin futures open interest has helped the regulated derivatives platform attain a 25% market share in Bitcoin futures. The Chicago Mercantile Exchange, CME, a regulated derivative exchange that lists Bitcoin futures, now stands just behind Binance in terms of notional open interest to rank second in the list of BTC futures exchanges. The CME's open interest hit 3.58 billion on October 30th, pushing the regulated derivatives exchange platform to jump 2 positions from the previous week. The CME overtook Bybit and OKX with 2.6 billion and 1.78 billion in open interest, respectively, and just a few million away from Binance. Now, this is showing again more money is being traded in Bitcoin. The Bitcoin futures are being traded heavily as the bullish sentiment continues to grow. Moving on to the next news article, and this one is good. Like when I saw this, like I know Gary Gensler is a hypocrite, but I didn't know he was this much of a hypocrite. So let's read this story. Gary Gensler's Bitcoin ETF position is inconsistent, says Gary Gensler. What? Is this a typo? What's happening here? Hold on a second. During a panel at the 2019 MIT Bitcoin Expo, Gensler called out the securities regulator for its inconsistent approach to spot Bitcoin ETF approval. Hold on a second. Hold on. Isn't this the same Gary Gensler who is fighting to not have a Bitcoin ETF approved? Yes, it is, my friends. It is the same Gary Gensler. And you know what? Let's take a look at this quick video because it's going to highlight the hypocrisy in so much more detail. Take a look.
Bitcoin futures and I think Ethereum futures and so forth will exist, and Bitcoin ETFs have not. And that feels a little inconsistent to me. As an observer, and I'm now in academia, but it feels a little inconsistent. Even though the laws aren't exactly the same, they're quite similar.
So it feels a little bit inconsistent to him. That was Gary Gensler in 2019, I guess prior to him becoming head of the SEC, just talking about how the inconsistencies in why a Bitcoin ETF has not been approved. My friends, that brings us to the end of the news highlight. But before we move forward, a message from our sponsor. As the world sinks deeper into debt, your hard-earned money loses value daily. The solution: safeguard your wealth with smart, diversified, and decentralized income strategies. Breakout Solutions is on a mission to take back personal freedom, individual rights, and financial sovereignty. As the era of CBDCs, digital IDs, and social credit system approaches, it's crucial to act now to safeguard your financial future. Introducing the Future of Money, your guide to what's happening and what is coming. Join our 90-minute session to equip yourself, your loved ones, and your business against a system bent on control. Your time is precious. Don't waste it anymore. Use the link below, join our next virtual event, and access my exclusive bonuses. Yes, my friends, you are still on time to access the replay of the Future of Money Masterclass. It was an amazing session. We also had our Path to Prosperity workshop last weekend. Great turnout, a lot of people learning, spending the day with us, just understanding crypto, understanding blockchain, and diversifying their assets. Now we're going to move on to the market updates, and we have market updates. Let's look firstly at the crypto bubbles. We still have a beautiful sea of green, a little more red coming in this week, which is totally normal after having such a massive inflow of funds and so many green bubbles last week. it's bound for it to happen. But if we look at the perspective right now, last week we were seeing 150, 140, 60, 40, so many high numbers in the upside. But if we take a look at right now, the downside numbers are really not that big, which is a good sign, which means we're having a small pullback in the market, which is needed. We can't continue. We cannot just go up forever. This pullback is needed. It will allow the crypto markets to take a little breath and then possibly continue moving up. Next, if we take a look at the Fear and Greed Index, we are still in 68 in high in the greed. Yesterday, 72. Last week, 53. We're definitely getting very high into the greed area based upon what is happening with the crypto space at this stage. Now, if we look at the Bitcoin rainbow charts, we can see that we are still moving. We're starting to break actually right now, looking like we're trying to break this blue buy area, bringing us now into the accumulation phase, which is where, yes, you want to continue accumulating Bitcoin, but there's a high chance we're not going to see these prices anymore. Very high chance we're not going to come back anywhere below 20K, 25K. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see what happens. Now, before we move on, again, my friends, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe to Breakout Solutions. And I want you to take a minute after this video and go check out Matthew's latest Bitcoin update. Bitcoin looking to move higher. 40,000 next stop. This video is full of insight on the Bitcoin market analysis, and I highly recommend you take a look at it once you're done with this update. My friend, that is it for the market updates. Now we shall move on to some Twitter highlights. What is going on in X space? First of all, jumping back into this, SEC Chair Gary Gensler confirms evaluation of 8 to 10 spot ETFs applications. This is by Crypto News Byte. My friends, again, Gary Gensler, we know he's a hypocrite. We know that the SEC has been completely incompetent during the last couple of years. Their goal is to supposedly protect us from scams, protect us from fraudulent activities, but that's the last thing they have been doing. What they actually are doing is trying to put a hold. 8 out of 10 spot Bitcoin ETFs. So there's about 10 of them right now, and 8 of them are going to be under evaluation. So we got to wait a little bit longer for that Bitcoin ETF, but it is coming. Mark my words, we will have one before the next halving. Next, we have a tweet by Alex Becker. Either we go full bull past 40,000-ish, clean ETF approval, and the gains rally, or we go down to 20K, recollect, then back up when the macro is better and gains rally. The current move up or down is just the prequel to an actual main story. I agree 100%. And again, nobody can really predict what's going to happen in crypto or in the stocks or in any markets. All we can do is make calculated guess and based on previous history and based on current market conditions. And based on the current market conditions, the 40,000 mark is the next major level. It's actually the golden ratio, which is a huge area in previous history that would indicate the initiation of a bull run. Personally, I do not think we will be breaking the 40K anytime soon, as the Bitcoin halving normally is the first catalyst for the bull run, and we don't normally get a bull run until about 3 to 6 months after that. So I'm leaning a bit more towards possibly reaching 40K, then getting heavily rejected, possibly breaking back down maybe to 30,000, 25. We'll see. I don't know if 20K is still in the cards, but anything is possible. Let's move on to the next Twitter highlight. Big brain ideas from Tom Crown. This is kind of funny. Listen to this one. If Bitcoin hits 90,000, then one Bitcoin could feed you one hot dog, soda at Costco every day for 164 years. Wouldn't that be wonderful, my friends? Thank you, Tom, for this beautiful calculation. He goes on to say, so life is basically, or like maybe a family of four, or like infinite people if this was their real diet. And if they were dying off fast enough and Bitcoin kept growing. Just a thought. Just a simple thought. My friend, that's all we have for the Twitter highlights. Now, let's take a quick look at the adoption highlights. What do we have on adoption highlights for you guys today? All right. Major adoptions happening this week. We have the Singapore plans joint crypto pilot with Japan, Switzerland, and the UK. Singapore's central bank and financial regulator is seeking closer cross-border collaboration for its asset tokenization project. This is great news for Singapore. Now, it further goes on to say the monetary authorities of Singapore, the country's central bank and financial regulator, is planning to start crypto-related cooperation with some European countries and Japan. The MAS officially announced on the 30th of October that it is partnering with the Financial Services Agencies of Japan, FSA, the Swiss Financial Markets Supervisor Authority, and the United Kingdom's Financial Conduct Authority, FCA, to promote joint digital asset pilots. The authority specifically seeks to carry out such pilots in relation to fixed income, foreign exchange, and asset management product. Great news for Singapore, more crypto adoption, and we hope to see something great come from this. I hope so myself. Let's go. Now, we're going to take a look at this next article. Turkey plans to craft crypto framework in 2024. Now, this is great news for Turkey following El Salvador, who's crafted a massive framework around its infrastructure and around its bullishness behind Bitcoin, adopting Bitcoin as its legal tender. Let's see what Turkey plans to do. Crypto asset providers, such as crypto exchanges, will also be given a legal definition. The 2024 Turkish Presidential Annual Program, published on October 25th in the official Gazette of the Republic of Turkey, aims to finalize crypto regulations in the country within the calendar year of 2024. Articles 405, an almost 500-page document, received the planned studies to define crypto assets, which might be taxed appropriately afterwards. Crypto assets providers, such as crypto exchanges, will also be given a legal definition. However, the document contains no other details of further regulation. Now, as countries adapt and adopt, this is what will start to happen. My hope is that we can find a legal framework that is working, aka El Salvador's. And if these other countries are smart enough, they'll just adopt what they're doing. Just adopt what El Salvador is doing and continue to allow Bitcoin to grow. Our final story today comes from Crypto Slate. Circle partners with major Taiwan convenience store chain to convert loyalty points to crypto. Isn't this awesome? Let's take a look at this. In a significant step for Taiwan's digital economy, stablecoin issuer Circle has strategically allied with Taiwan's leading crypto service provider, Beto Group, and Taiwan Family Mart, their country's second largest convenience store chain. Circle stated that the collaboration aims to broaden the utility of loyalty points, enhance their value, and ease entry into the digital economy for the Taiwanese market. Oh, come on. I don't want to see that. This partnership unveils an innovative points to crypto service through the Taiwan Family Mart app and the Beto Pro exchange. The service enables customers to transform their Family Mart loyalty points, Family Points, into digital currencies like USDC. This conversion would preserve loyalty points value and incurs zero transaction fees, democratizing crypto across access. My friends, listen, this amazing news. I wish this would be happening everywhere in the world. You can take loyalty points and turn that into USDC, into real money that you can use. Amazing, amazing news. My friends, this brings us to the end of this Decrypting Crypto live stream. I hope this news was valuable to you. I hope that this time we spent together was informative, and I truly appreciate you. Please leave your comments in down below and any questions you may have about what we do and how we could possibly help you. I'll leave you with this. Remember, fear has two meanings: forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. You have the choice to choose which one you decide. Now, crypto can be a daunting place for you to start off. If you're new to cryptocurrencies, digital assets, I highly recommend you take 1 second, step back, join us in our Future of Money Masterclass, or you can use the link in the description and book a one-on-one free coaching session with me. We can discuss your goals and what you want to achieve and possibly find a way for us to work together. My friends, that's all I have for you today. Stefan out.